All right, take two. My name is Sue, Squirrel, here on Playa, from Seattle. And this is my 10th year here coming to Black Rock City. And a little bit on the coffee shop, which is Hot Shots Cafe. And Hot Shots Cafe exists here on the Playa for 1 week. And when it's not here on the Playa, it's actually at my house in Seattle, which I like to call as Camp 3 Outpost in Seattle. So it exists outside of here. So the way the coffee shop sort of materialized is my first year, 10 years ago, there was a guy by the name of Hawkeye, and he had a tent, because way back then people didn't roll in with RVs and it wasn't really that spacious and plush as it is now. And everybody had little tents, and he would sit out inside in front of his tent, I think cross-legged on the playa with a little cook stove and 1 cup at a time, and he would sort of hold court. And if you got a chance to sit around him, you got a little cup of coffee. So that was my first year. I was too shy to go over there and sit down, but I kind of was eyeballing from the other side, wishing I had a cup of coffee. And then the second year, Penny Stone and Karen Stone, I'm going to call her Karen Stone, they decided that they were going to take on the coffee idea. And they're the ones that came up with the name, Hot Shots Cafe. And at that time, they had one little, the little house baristas from Starbucks. And they brought that down, and I said, you know what? I've always wanted to be a barista. And at Burning Man, you could be anybody you want to be. So I asked if I could be their first employee. And they said, okay. So I sat down there and kind of learned how to work this little machine, and then quickly broke the machine. And so it was a midweek run out and get another one. I think that's how it happened. And then the following year, I decided that little machine was not soup-proof and that we needed to bump up the process a little bit more. And so the next machine was a pretty nice one, and coincidentally it was Gary Larson's machine, who writes The Far Side, who is also from Seattle. And I had bought it used, and the story came that this was a Gary Larson machine. I said, how appropriate is that for Burning Man? And so that was our little machine for I think a winter or 2 years, and then just decided to go big. We had a neon sign, so when you have a neon sign, you're legit. So I had to match the neon sign with the great machine. And I want to give props. There's a gentleman that I call my espresso machine whisperer. And I found 2 of these machines, and he took them, monsterized them, stuck them together, and he calls this machine the Toyota pickup trucks of espresso machines. And it's proven. I think this is year 3 or 4 in this environment, and it's still going strong. She's from the other side of the country.
Yes, I'm Kat. I'm from Florida. I don't know. Yeah, similarly, I enjoy this being a way to participate in our camp and give back to our camp. Last year was my first year. This is my second year. And immediately I jumped in and hung out with Sue all week, and that was the best part of my week, was getting to sit here and hang out and make coffee and give back to camp and feel a little bit at least useful, because I'm not a firefighter or a medic. I don't have any skills in that arena, so this is a way for me to contribute and fuel the folks who do have skills.
Ah, that's a good one. That's a good one. In fact, I heard about Kat before ever meeting her, that she was a barista, and I was super excited about learning some barista skills and bettering it. So it's been fun. This is the second year in a row when we got the country covered.
Got this
Seattle,
well.
Florida, both sides of the country.
Yeah.
Hey, Sue.
Yeah.
Tell us why it's so fun.
It is so fun having this opportunity to give to the people here at Fire Camp. There's so many people sort of on Playa in general that have incredible talents and skills and things like that, and I don't necessarily have one. But to be able to make a really good cup of coffee, because I'm a little snobby coming from Seattle, I personally would forego a crappy cup for something good. And it's so nice to sort of bring that quality to the people that show up here at Burning Man from all over the country, and I get to kind of teach them that this is an Americano and this is a Cubano, and then vice versa, I get to learn about these other coffee drinks like salted caramel lattes from Kat. and then it's fun too, because we can do kind of what we want. It's kind of like running a business with no rules, so you can read our disclaimer, and we can play with those disclaimers. We also invent new disclaimers, such as if a cup shows up and we don't know who it is, then we get to make mystery drinks. Anyway, surprises all the time. And we have that opportunity to see everybody in the morning. Everybody's in a good mood when you give them a cup of coffee.
If you're not, you don't get your coffee.
Bye.